Hi my loves, I'm Lady Girl from around the way where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I am coming to you all with a Baddies, no I'm not, Bad Boys, I gotta get that, a Bad Boys Texas review. This is season 1, episode 2. Let's just hop right into it. Before we do, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me on the YouTube channel, y'all. I'm trying to be out here and you know, hitting these goals. I hope y'all doing the same, and you know that's how we do over here. So Zeus gives us the recap like they always do. And we thrust it right back into the bullshit, right back into the fight between Relly B and Big Lou, which like little Big Lou, he blows my shit. I seen like a couple of swings, a little young. Really, I only saw Darrell swing. And you know, Raspy is in the confessional, girl. He's appalled. He don't know what to do. He's clutching these invisible pearls. He's just like, you know, it was so much chaos that was going on. I didn't know which way it was going, this, that, and the third, baby. Yeah, welcome to Zeus Network. Welcome to the Zeus Network. Relly was, you know, laughing about the fight. Like, ain't nobody worried about that. Ain't nobody worried about that. I had to, you know, ho 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 Santa Claus, ho ho ho. Like, he was just joking. Girl, Big Lou was mad. Put that hoe, I'm 305 Dead County. Put that hoe. Like, girl, shut up. Shut it up. He is giving me yap yap yap, lap dog, chihuahua. Like, I'm not feeling Big Lou at all, but we gonna see. And I always feel like when somebody is getting into a fight and the one that's steady popping off be the one that be real mad, be the one that got beat up, and it's clearly given he just got beat up. Walks over there unbothered. Y'all good? And he like, yeah, I'm good. Don't you come over here talking about no, am I good? Da, 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 da. You talking about my friend. You should have just jumped in. Like, Big Lou, relax. He's giving me very much like you a C class of the D class. And now you just trying to go out your way to have this moment and to, you know, have something, give him very much something. Like, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling them. Then they kind of just let it go because it really wasn't nothing. I really feel like Big Lou thought he was about to have a moment with Relly, and Relly had to let him know I'm where the money reside. I feel like it was the next day. They never said it, but they get on a Sprinter, and obviously like they're all split up. It's like Jonathan's crew and then Relly's crew. That's how I'm gonna, you know, say it. So in Relly's Sprinter, Banga is kind of just like, yeah, I don't like how that thing like planned out with you know, Anthony. I feel like Chef D should have just waited, which I do agree with that. Like, you know, Jonathan is enough to handle, like, you know, on his own. Anthony did not need Chef D, big goofy ass, trying to, you know, jump on him at that moment. That's just how I feel. I know everybody feel like, well, you know, run the fade, Buki, but I just feel like Anthony is not giving up like that. He barely could fight William. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you think, Chef D, you just trying to do your big one, but you look like a big dummy to me. I'm not feeling Chef D either. And I know this is early in the season, like things might change, but I'm telling you right now, Chef D's messy. Chef D's messy. I'm not feeling it. Banga lets it be known I'm gonna approach Chef D, and Banga is giving me like Silent Storm. You know what I mean? It's the Quiet Storm with Tony Brown. Do y'all remember the Quiet Storm? Quiet Storm. Yes, only y'all, the only ones that know. Turn it on, turn it. I wish it was like a Quiet Storm for like us girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, Princess in the confessional was like, yeah, listen, I ain't trying to, you know, go out like no punk, but Jonathan is the last person I'm trying to, you know, get into it. Jonathan's strong ass, which I feel like is interesting because Jonathan do be mixing and mingle with like a lot of the heterosexual boys, and I feel like because they respect him, because he might be a punk or whatever y'all say. I mean, that might be offensive to some. I'm not trying to be offensive. Let me, you know, but I feel like they respect him because they know that he is not playing about them hands. You get what I'm saying? So you can act like it's gonna be a problem if you want to, but you know I can really get with you. Whereas like a lot of the other girls, they be like, oh yeah, you know, they're not really giving it up like Jonathan is giving it up. Jonathan will beat somebody. I wish, never mind. Talk a little bit about what they want on the experience. And Jonathan, he is wearing his real hat, just as shady as he want to be. And he was kind of punking Big Lou, like, you about to go last, because they was all kind of just talking about everything. The boy that's I just want to call him Big Fine. I don't know who he is, the pretty boy one. But then I saw on his chain it say pretty guy. Like, I'm not into that. Like, I don't even like pretty boys. Like that's not even a thing. Like, what are you even talking about? But then like you got pretty on your chain, bro. It's a little lame for me. I'm sorry, for where I come from, we don't like that. Like, what you mean pretty boy, pretty guy? Stop it, relax. Anyway, he was just like, yeah, he had his hand wrapped up, and he was just like, nah, I'm just saying my hand is just a little arthritis, carpal tunnel, whatever the fuck he said, but these hands, they work. We gonna see. We gonna see. They pulled up to the house, and the house is amazing. And not for nothing, Zeus has really come a long way. Remember that when we were watching One More Chance for the first time, and they was in that little house or whatever with the bunk beds, and they was all tight up in the air, and the camera crew was looking like, no, that's TV. They really came a long way. And I'm wondering if like they're getting these spaces for free just to have like that promotion for the Airbnb, and they do like a little credit at the end. Girl, I be thinking about stuff like that. I do not know why, but that's just how my mind works, girl. It's my Virgo placements. So they get in the house and really does a quick little meeting. Jonathan runs upstairs to get the room. He like, I'm not worried about nothing else. I'm about to get my room because I don't want to have no issue. He gets a really big room, of course, naturally. So the boys start finding boys start finding their rooms. And I just feel like the house is so nice that they all got a decent room for the most part. Like the house was beautiful for real. Carry-On was the only one that kind of got like the little junior, like the kid room. And Raspy was so cool. Like, oh, you know, next time we're gonna make sure you get something straight. And Carry-On is in the confessional like, yeah, well, this not my first go around. I'm gonna let them, you know, handle their scandal. You know, I've been doing this, which I think is super cute because Carry-On, like, if you like Carry-On, he's definitely like Bad Boys. He was one of the ones who kind of gave it up first season. I want to see how he's gonna handle this second season because I feel like he's getting muddled in. Like Carry-On, it's gonna be interesting to see how he plays without the whole Gutta K dynamic because we were all on him about that. You feel what I'm saying? So as they were finding the rooms, Relly and Benga like are all like hanging out in the room. In comes Chef D, big ass. And Benga was just like, yeah, I just don't feel like what you did with Anthony was cool. Jonathan was enough. Jonathan was already beating him up. I don't even understand why you jumped in. And Chef D is just like, well, you don't know what's going on. You don't know nothing about me or Anthony and this was other beef. He was like, yeah, but I'm just saying he was already getting beat up and I felt like we didn't have to jump on him. And he was like, well, that's just what it was. And Benga was just kind of like, well, I'm just letting you know, like, this is how I feel. And I don't know, but like, think about Baddies West, right? Somebody mentioned something to Krishan about, well, I just feel like this and I don't care and you should have stayed at the thing, and Krishan's popping off. That was, I feel like, Chef D's opportunity to come at Benga, and I feel like he didn't do that. You feel what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to do here? Like how I'm setting it up? Like Krishan would have took off on somebody just for saying something like that. And this is Bad Boys, so Baddies, you know, follow the formula, Chef D. Keep up. He was supposed to be like, yeah, so I did, and you got a problem with it, so what's up? Chef D carries on like, oh, I didn't see him fighting, what's the boy named Jonathan? Like, girl, good night. So then Chef D is looking for a room. He leaves, and he was trying to go back and forth with Benga about the room, and Benga was just sitting there cool as a cucumber. You ain't getting this room. But this is my room, but you're not getting this room. And he was like, I'm about to leave. So Chef D ends up leaving, which you jumping all over Anthony, but I digress. I'm not saying he's scared, and I'm not saying Benga about to be the strongest one in the house, because we all know that's gonna go to fucking Johnny Blaze. Long story short, so he goes in, he makes his own little bed. They push the two twin beds together. He's laying on the bed like, girl, I'm not about to be fighting over no room. It is what it is. So they're all kind of chilling in Prince's room, and Prince kind of tells Orlando Brown, like, you know, you're kind of cool. Like, you're mad cool. I like your vibe. And Orlando's in a confessional like, you know, I think it's cool that, you know, he's not judging me outside of the narrative that's online, and he's trying to get to know me or whatever the case. And I feel like a part of it is the act, and I feel like a part of it is mental health, y'all. A lot of people are dealing with unresolved mental health issues, and it shows up differently in your life. There's such a stigma when it comes to mental health, especially in the Black community. And it's so funny because this is the first month of mental health awareness, y'all. I'm an advocate for mental health, okay? There are resources. Tap out, look into your networks, girl. If you really struggling, shoot me an email and I'll try to help you as best as I can, because y'all have to stay grounded. And if you're not the type of girl like, oh, I don't want to get, you know, mental health, girl, spiritual services, do what you got to do to keep your mind right, period. Pray over your mind and your faculties. Make sure you still keep your head on the swivel. Like, it be so much that you're going up against in this real world and this real life, and it's a lot, especially as a Black woman, especially as a marginalized person, however you identify. Girl, keep your mental tight, baby. That's a message. So Jonathan and Big Lou was kind of talking, and he was just like, basically, he got on the show because he got a Jonathan co-sign. He was like, yeah, I was the first one you styled. And Jonathan really kind of pleased him. Like, I don't know, I feel like if you're gonna put me on, you're gonna be, you know what I mean, like, you know, whatever, my little partner or whatever, you're not about to sun me the whole time though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like Big Lou, the way like the dynamics of the relationship, like if you bossed up, you bossed up, and real recognize real. So if you're gonna put me on, put me on, but don't think that you about to be sunning me this whole time, because that's never a thing. Like, girl, that was never happening. Relly comes in and Relly pretty much is like, can we just, you know, make up with Anthony? Can we just coexist without, you know, causing harm to people? And Jonathan is just like, I wonder what Jonathan's sign is. He's so stubborn. He fucking want to be a tourist. I wouldn't even be surprised. The guys go outside and they play basketball, which I feel like is such a long way. Do y'all remember first season of Baddies and they was outside on that basketball court just trying to shoot some content to make a TV show? Now we actually got some real people, some real stories, girl. Like, again, Bad Boys, Baddies have really just come a long way. Raz B gets like hit in the face with Orlando. I feel like that was kind of weird. Raz B just seems very mature, a little poised. It's kind of giving like, why are you here, grown man? We want to see something, you know what I mean? I want to see something real quick, but you know, we want to see how it all works out. They all go inside, and as Prince is coming inside, he has on this little shirt. I mean, his shirt was off because he was playing basketball, so he put his little shirt on. He was coming inside the kitchen where the other guys were at, and then here goes Chef D. Oh, what we trying to show abs? So he show us his little Etch-a-Sketch Build-A-Bear abs. Girl, I do not see it for Chef D at all. I do not like green eggs and ham. So they mention Anthony again. He says what he had to say to Jonathan. Jonathan tried to go up, because Jonathan, he's just like, you know, he's thrashing through all of them real bad. And Banger was just like, well, I'm just telling you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how I feel. So then Relly calls Anthony on FaceTime. He's like, I'm not no punk. It's my city. I'm coming. I'm on my way. So as Anthony is on the way, all the guys are sitting outside kind of just talking and vibing. And I just thought that was a really cute moment. Like, I feel like we don't really get to see those moments on Baddies, like with the girls, but they just, you know, what you call them, start hitting a beat or whatever. And they did a little freestyle. That was cute. Banger started dancing. And I just feel like, you know, they just outside on the porch back in the day shooting shit with your cousin, making up a dance. You remember the little dances before TikTok? Before TikTok, when people used to actually make up a dance, and this my part, and we gonna do this, and we gonna do it like this, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like a cute little moment. Then we have Anthony, Carrie-Ann, and Relly. They have a little sit down, and they want to do their little champagne toast or whatever. That's how they kick it off. And Anthony was just like, you know, like, I just feel some type of way. We got into this situation because Rio wanted to come to the club, which I feel like was probably strategic, because you in my city. It's your birthday, girl. You in LA, you want to go to Houston, be fucking for real. Or wherever he was at, girl. I don't know where the fuck he's at. And you know, he was just like, and you know, Jonathan thought I booked him. I didn't book him. He came out there on his own. You know, he bought a section. I'm not about to tell him not to come and spend his money. Like, it is what it is. And you know, Carrie-Ann was just kind of like, yeah, hopefully it all works out. Really just looking like, girl, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be in it. I just want to, you know, have them come together. And I feel like they had a true relationship and it could work out. So we get to the point of the toast. Everybody's all around the pool table. They do the little toast. Jonathan looks like begrudgingly like he really don't want to be there. And they start talking. And, you know, he like, go ahead and say something. So Anthony's like, honestly, you gagged me because I didn't think that you would do that to me, because I thought we were real friends. Like, you know, I really feel like it wasn't that deep. And then Jonathan is butthurt. He's like, oh, because at the end of the day, you this and the third, like, you know, just really young, immature. Then he was like, and Chef D, I never seen it for you, girl. Like, it is what it is. So Relly chimes in like, but y'all all live, we all live together. Chef D gonna be like, I ain't never lived with nobody. So Relly just kind of had that face like, okay. Which, if y'all keep up with them, they were living together. Like, you know, he was like, you were definitely living in my house. And just all this messy stuff. And honestly, it just went left. Like, him and Chef D kind of got into it again. Chef D was like, oh, so you want to fight? Anthony had his little hand, you know, wrapped up with his little ace bandage. And it looked like it was a quick scuffle, girl. I feel like Anthony be windmilling for his life. I feel like the girls on the academy, Naj in particular, is fighting better than Anthony is fighting right now. I ain't gonna lie. But that was an episode. It was a cute episode. It was kind of like, you know, I don't want to say it was a filler. It was like a little bit of hype in the beginning, a lot of filler, a little bit hype at the end. I'm still tuned in. Let me know what y'all feel about this whole Anthony beef. I feel like this Anthony thing better not drag out all season. And honestly, Anthony is an original Bad Boys that I would like to see him be a part of this whole cast, and just the dynamic. Them trying to jump on him is kind of getting on my nerves. And this is only episode 2. What y'all think? Drop down in the comments and let me know. Period. Okay, as always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.